Welcome into NFL Daily. I am Tom Downey. The NFL schedule releases, well, depending on when you're watching exactly, we'll say roughly 24 hours away. We'll break down the games we know so far in a little bit. But first, some contract rumors for Patrick Mahomes. Pro Football Talk reports the Chiefs are expected to tweak Mahomes' deal and allow him to become the highest paid quarterback in the NFL once again. Now, the way this gets tweaked to hit that threshold is going to be a little bit interesting. What Florio mentioned as the possibility is you do a 3-year extension on top of his current $9 million 9-year deal. You give him 3 years, whatever, 52 and a half or 55, whatever it ends up being, extension. Yeah, I guess guarantee some more of the current deal, which is kind of already a fully guaranteed rolling structure. It's a very unique contract. But you do the new money average. That's how everyone does the APY. So then Mahomes once again becomes the quote-unquote highest paid quarterback, even though his contract has kind of always been an outlier deal. And if you take away Mahomes, then it's just you got guys beating the previous highest paid player, right? And this list is not done because, remember, there's Joe Burrow. There's Justin Herbert. Lamar and Jalen Hurts already got paid. They beat out Aaron Rodgers for the previous highest paid quarterbacks. Also a bit of a unique contract from that perspective. But look, Mahomes is Mahomes. I think he's the best quarterback, best player if we want to give some boost to the most important position in the NFL. And you can make the occasional argument for any given week, Aaron Rodgers if he's playing well, a Josh Allen, a Joe Burrow. But for my money, it's Mahomes. And I think that's the vast majority of the votes. So who do you think is the best quarterback in the NFL? M for Mahomes, O for other. Comment who the other is, by the way, in the comment section right now. Let's go to Ezekiel Elliott, the former Dallas Cowboys running back. There are conflicting rumors out there on the Bucs' interest in adding Ezekiel Elliott, and there are some reasons why this has made sense. You can go back to when the Cowboys first cut Zeke, our Zeke Destinations video. Number one was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bucs are not exactly loaded right now at the running back spot. They're fairly thin, and the Bucs' current running backs coach, Gary Brown, coached Zeke in Dallas. Let's look at the two conflicting options here. Here's what Jeremy Fowler of ESPN reported on SportsCenter. The Bucs could be an option for him. I'm told they're looking for someone behind Rachaad White. The problem could be the money. The Bucs probably wouldn't want to spend all that much, but he could be an option there. I will make note, Gary Brown made the comment today to media in Tampa. Someone's got to tell him he's not a $12 million a year back. He's maybe a $4 million a year back. Tying those together is at least so interesting. Now, Greg Allman, who's a Bucs local reporter, says nothing has changed with the Bucs in their backfield group. I don't see Elliott signing with Tampa. So we got the national and the local conflicting reports on the level of interest in Zeke in Tampa. So let's go to our pinned comments on today's show. Who do you think ends up signing Ezekiel Elliott? Like I mentioned, it's the pinned comment on today's show. So if an ad break comes here on the YouTube side, take advantage of it. Head down there and vote who you think ends up landing Zeke this offseason. Maybe the Cowboys are still a return option there in the end. Elliott is not what he was in his prime. There's really no way to argue that's actually the case. That Elliott can still be that 1,500-yard runner, even the 2019 version. What he's been the past 3 years is an elite short yardage back, red zone machine, who simply doesn't get enough big plays to make it worthwhile. 3.8 yards per carry is not very good. Now, the issue in Tampa is they don't have the best running backs there. Rachaad White's going to be RB1. I'm excited for him this year. Chase Edmonds was 3.6 yards per carry last year. He was awful in Miami, but he was much better in Denver. Beyond that, it's Patrick Laird, who's kind of bounced around. Keyshawn Vaughn, former third-round pick, has been a colossal disappointment. Sean Tucker is a UDFA who had some medical stuff, caused him to fall. Couldn't maybe make the roster for this Bucs team. So the need is there at the running back spot for Tampa. So it's a logical fit. It's a matter of, is it the national media guessing at it, or does the local media, are they really, really tapped into what's going on there? Let's talk Malik Willis now. As the report out of Tennessee, it's a Fox Sports reporter, Ben Arthur, who has done plenty of Titans coverage in the past, but he just did the national stuff there. Malik Willis is likely the odd man out in that Titans quarterback room. And that does make some sense. They typically carry two quarterbacks. They have Ryan Tannehill under contract. Will Levis is the long-term piece. It's not Willis anymore. He struggled as a rookie. There's no way around it. He simply did not play very well in what was a small sample size, but Tennessee benched him and got better play out of Joshua Dobbs, which should raise some concerns. Malik Willis was simply not ready for the NFL. Under 51% completion rate, 276 passing yards in several starts, no touchdowns to the air, 3 interceptions. Big arm, great mobility, doesn't pull the trigger the way he needs to, especially over the middle of the field. But that shouldn't have been that big of a surprise. He was always viewed as a project. He was always viewed as the upside bet. It was never supposed to be a player, especially when the Titans drafted him, of he can come in and start right now and we'll have immense success. That he was always viewed as more of a project. And that's what makes things very tricky now for Malik Willis, because the team that drafted you is clearly out. The new team that takes you probably knows you need at least a year, if not more, of development, of growth. So you're sitting for a year. Now you're going to be 25 years old, and you're going to have 2 years left on your deal, and you're probably in a spot where you didn't invest that much in. You're just not going to have that many opportunities. You have to go to the perfect spot if you're Malik Willis to maximize your starting potential in the shorter term or sticking around longer term as a backup. I do still think the mobility helps that area, but he's got to become a vastly better passer. Several teams could make some sense for Malik Willis, whether it's because of need or good landing spots to be patient and grow and learn. I think Seattle and Dallas check that second box of, like, they have established starters. Dallas probably more so than Seattle. Seattle's going to got some more upside there if Geno, maybe not the guy after 1 year, but how much are they going to invest in QB2? Miami could be a fun fit with Mike McDaniel behind Tua, allow some more read option than maybe the full-fledged RPO stuff. Well, they ran plenty of RPOs at Liberty from Malik Willis. The Niners stand out because, well, they need quarterbacks. The Chiefs would probably be a great fit of, like, just be behind Mahomes. Sit there and learn and see if good things happen. The Jets with Rodgers, since Zach Wilson ain't it. And the Ravens, I think, are actually the best fit. Lamar's not going anywhere. But Todd Hundley was a Pro Bowl quarterback with 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. That was only 2 fewer than Malik Willis. Not that far behind. So come week 1, what will Tennessee do with Malik Willis? T for trade, K for keep, or C for cut? Go ahead and vote for us in the comments section. We're talking Austin Ekeler trade now, as the Chargers GM, Tom Pelesco, says he doesn't want to trade Austin Ekeler. He never wanted to, which I actually do believe. But remember, Ekeler requested a trade because he wasn't able to get a bigger deal from the Chargers, because the NFL doesn't care about running backs anymore. It's not fair, but it is the proper roster construction of, if you have a running back, you can give him maybe 1 contract. 2 contract backs, the Adrian Petersons, those guys are very rare. Eckler's still good, don't get me wrong, but teams are not lining up to pay him $10 million over 3 years. That's just, at his age, his workload, not how it works. Here's what the Chargers GM had to say. Nothing's changed. His situation is unique. I completely understand that, which is why we kind of allowed them to kind of look and see if there was anything out there. We had no intent, no interest in trading him, but fully knowing the situation to go ahead and do it. Seems like that's what happened then. Ekeler didn't find the market. So he's back in L.A. He'll try free agency again next year. He's still a good football player. He can still give you 900 yards on the ground and a couple hundred yards through the air. Frankly, I wonder if the Lions try to use Jahmyr Gibbs like Austin Ekeler. That could be a great fit for him. Ekeler is not going to be he could be a 300-touch guy, but it's not all going to be on the ground. That's not maximizing him. That is definitely going to be let's keep him involved, but also still mix in a lot of passing game work there. Because teams didn't want to pay him $10 million. I mean, this list has changed. Ezekiel Elliott was on this list not that long ago. Christian McCaffrey's been traded already. There's been Dalvin Cook trade rumors. Joe Mixon has been on the chopping block. Aaron Jones took a pay cut. Then it's 3 franchise tag guys. I don't think there are not other spots where 3 of the top 10 highest paid players are franchise tag guys, and beyond them, rookie deal players. Saquon was on this list as a rookie. That's why the running back market has been so wonky. I'll use maybe that word in the end. Now, we will have plenty of NFL news and rumors and trades and free agency and draft coverage, of course, here. So make sure you are subscribed. YouTube.com/ChatSportsTV. The NFL schedule will officially be announced Thursday. Again, roughly 24 hours. We do know some of the games. The 5 international games have been formally announced by the league. Falcons against the Jags. That is in Wembley Stadium. And Jacksonville is playing back-to-back London games. We'll have some nice tea. Although I think we should always throw it in Boston, but that's just me. Jags versus Bills. So Jacksonville's always got the London games. That one's going to be in Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Same with Ravens against the Titans. 2 Germany games this year. No games in Mexico. They are renovating the big stadium down there, so they'll be back next year. Dolphins, Chiefs in Frankfurt Stadium, just like Colts and Patriots. Then 3 of the major date games, non-Thanksgiving here. Dolphins at Jets on Black Friday, so my theory of Cowboys-Jets Thanksgiving Day is canceled. Giants at Eagles on Christmas Day. And Bengals-Chiefs New Year's Eve. That is going to be an electric football game in Week 17 of this upcoming season.